Good evening and welcome to Thai PBS World. We can be sure that when we talk about Thailand's future prospect these days, there will be no shortage of naysayers. Given its economic performance over the past few years under the military dictatorship and its current political landscape, it's easy for many to be pessimistic. But former Director General of the World Trade Organization, Dr. Supachai Panichapak, believes that there is a brighter side of Thailand which is often ignored. And his message delivered at a recent Regional Connectivity Forum is clear. Thai people should stop shortchanging themselves and do away with their defeatist mentality.
Ladies and gentlemen,
in Dr. Supachai's opinion, Thailand has a sound economic foundation and remains a favorite destination for foreign direct investments. But if it wants to move forward, what it needs, he said, is the kind of foresight on the part of political leadership which was instrumental in the country's economic leapfrog in the 80s.
Like today with the EEC,
he dismissed the often repeated notion that Thailand is a sick man of ASEAN by pointing out that the country, with its low inflation and unemployment rates, as well as a steady economic growth, is still being viewed favorably by foreign investors and leading international business organizations.
Thailand is one of the soundest economy in this part of the world. People keep saying this is a failed state. This is something which is, what is segment of ASEAN? I said, what are you talking about? Segment of ASEAN, failed state? Just a few weeks ago, we have been upgraded by two world ranking entities, Fitch Rating and Moody's, upgraded from stable to positive. If you're in bad shape, you won't be upgraded. And not everyone in ASEAN has been upgraded. International Management School, IMD, in Lausanne, in their 2019, this year, World Competitiveness Index, Thailand has been moved up from number 35 to number 25. Can you imagine? Number 35 to 25, why all the other countries, Japan stay put, a lot of countries stay put.
Dr. Supachai, who has also served as Secretary General of the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, was speaking at the recent MICE Talk 2019, organized by Thailand Convention and Exhibition Bureau. Dr. Supachai was upbeat about Thailand's potential as a destination for a specialized niche of group tourism related to meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions which are known collectively as MICE. In an interview with Thai PBS World, Dr. Supachai stresses the need for Thailand to look back and learn from its past successes. Kun Supachai, I think a key message from your speech is that we should learn from history, right?
We should.
And recall the good old days when Thailand first entered the so-called industrial age.
That's right.
And you attributed this success to what you describe as a stroke of luck. Together with the foresight of the leadership back then. So what lessons should we learn from that period of Thailand?
I think, first of all, we should learn the fact that we still possess the kind of potentials that we used to have 35 years ago, and we have built up our potentials to the level that we can make use of these potentials to fight the present challenges. So we should realize that we should not shortchange our own capacity by just saying that, this is a lost cause, this is a failed state, this is a segment of ASEAN. Nonsense, we should have confidence to have foresight, vision together with the government and the private sector to move forward together, number one. Number two, we should have the right strategy. It's always strategy, because 35 years ago, if we didn't have the strategy to make use of the natural gas, to put up petrochemical complex, to induce subsidiary activities like seaport, deep seaport, automobile industries and other things, if we didn't have the vision and strategy, we would only be burning up the gas and it would have gone away. So this is the second thing, the right strategy. And at the moment, we have actually 20-year strategy, which people tend to ignore. Tend to underestimate that the strategy is meant for a continuation, perpetuating the power of some people. It's nonsense. The strategy has been put together by a lot of professional economists and like people like myself. I have nothing. I have no interest in whatever power that be. But I have interest that the country must have a continuity of policy, long-term strategy. And the third point, the 3 points. The third point is that we need external circumstances that would help us, support us, play into our hands, or we should generate the kind of connectivity with the external circumstances that would help our cause. So as the government has been doing, trying to do, to post the regional, sub-regional cooperation, to have physical, social, cultural connectivity, to play up the role of Eastern Economic Corridor as the attractive location for investment. These are things that we have to add to all this. So, because we are an open economy. We are what economists call open and small economy. We can live for a while with a lot of government investment and support, but not forever. We need foreign investment, we need local investment, we need manpower development, we need to eradicate poverty and have equality. So a lot of things we tend to, and this cannot be done without trade with other people and to have more technology to help solve the challenges.
And what kind of foresight or leadership do you think is needed to help Thailand face these challenges?
I might be a little bit critical of the way the Thai society has always been influenced too much by excessive politicization of our economic conditions. I mean, of course, economy is under the influence of political movements, but economy cannot be driven by the, I don't know, local politics or national politics alone. I mean, with or without government, you have to keep on living, producing, working, finding jobs, trading, and everything. So we must be able to, I don't know the right term to use, segregate or to drive forward our economic agenda without allowing it to be distracting us into less substantive areas of regulatory debates and the debates on the framework instead of the substance. Mm-hmm. So you know, governments or no governments, sometime when the economic strategy is driven by the operators, by the players, by the technocrats, by the private sector, and a little bit by the politicians, things seem to be moving well. Sometimes politicians can help, but we have to have an interplay of political forces together with the real operators of our economy to drive forward our economic agenda. But I would like to place economic agenda up front, an economic agenda in a positive way. When we talk about economic agenda these days, we talk about it in a destructive way. We're saying because we have the worst of this, worst of that, and so we cannot move anything. So we are stuck with this kind of a defeatist mentality. I think leadership, politicians, parliamentarians must have the winner's kind of vision and spirit. To keep saying we have done this before, we have gone through this before. I cited Eastern Economic Seaboard as a turning point for our industrialization era. We can do it again. You know, we can do it again, and we are on the way.
We were there before, and we should be able to go back to that
point. We can go back and we can
learn better and do better.
Yes, we can learn from those. We've done so many things wrong. You know, like we have missed out on the urban planning. You know, when we went into the Eastern Seaboard, we were looking only at mainly on fast industrialization process. Urbanization was given some attention, but not as much as we should be doing now. Urbanization, the quality of living, livelihood, participation of the local people. Schools must be set up, university must be set up so that they can participate. They could be the manpower, you know, for the oncoming second, third phase of industrialization.
Tomorrow night, we will continue our conversation with Dr. Supachai, who shares with us his views on how countries like Thailand should prepare themselves to deal with the escalating trade war between the world two economic giants. And that's all for Thai Base World tonight. Thank you for watching.